Hola, hola. Bienvenidos a Esperanza Vence, donde la Esperanza Vence. Welcome to Esperanza Vence, where hope wins. Today we're pulling in the energies of the Capricorn full moon, 3rd of July, 2023. It actually was exact this morning, early in the morning, where I'm from, but by golly, I've been so busy once summer hits, it's go time for me, and I think I've fallen behind a little bit on some things, these videos being one of them. But welcome. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for tuning into the energy of this full moon. We're going to do a 10-card Celtic cross spread that'll give you an idea of what it's like to get a reading with me. And oh, look what fell out. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is a beautiful card. I call this the happily ever after card. I call this the card of happily ever after because it's pretty much like, you know how Dolly Parton says, she says, well, you can't see the rainbow unless you've been through the rain, you know? So this is a card of emotional fulfillment, but you know, you've had to pay your dues. This is the pinnacle of emotional fulfillment. That's like about as happy as you can get. Family happiness, relationship happiness, partnership happiness, but also just like a general community happiness, familial happiness, you know? Not to mention love, which is beautiful. I love that that just popped out. You know, that was the card that popped out for me on my birthday too. 10 of Cups. So, yay. Capricorn full moon. Capricorn full moon. What is Capricorn? Well, you ask and I shall answer. Capricorn is an astrological sign that is represented by the goat. What do goats do? They climb, right? And goats are also very nimble, you know, even if they only have like a little bit of a foothold, they'll still make it up the mountain, you know. They find sustenance in very scarce spots, so they're very able to save, conserve their energy. They're very strong, they're very agile. Capricorns are an earth sign, very practical, very hardworking, not too emotional, you know, but we're in Cancer season right now with the sun. When there's a new moon, or I'm sorry, when there's a full moon, the sun and the moon are opposite one another. So the sun is in Cancer, and so our ego is thinking about emotional security at this time. Our ego might be thinking about home, sort of nesting, stuff like that. Cancer themes have to do with, you know, water. And when we talk about the element of water in tarot and astrology, that always has to do with emotions. So our ability to emotionally fulfill ourselves, to fill our own cup, okay, because cups represent water in the tarot. So if we can fill our own cup, then we can share with others. And then once we empty our cup to somebody else, then we have an empty cup and that can be filled. You know what I mean? So it's an exchange. All right. Capricorn full moon. Capricorn full moon. Oh yeah, and Venus is in Leo. About to go retrograde, I believe, or she just went retrograde. So we might be reworking and rethinking about themes of money, love, beauty. How do we surround ourselves with really practical beauty, you know? If you have a teapot with a crack in it, get one with flowers on it, you know? What are some ways that we can rethink how we introduce beauty and luxury and comfort into our day-to-day chores and existence? Ooh, the Empress, another favorite of mine. Holy moly, she's who I aspire to be. Speaking of Venus, the Empress embodies Venus energy as a whole. She has some moon symbology here. You know, the heart chakra is emphasized in this version, but she also has that shield. She's protecting love. You know, not only is she a lover, and not only does she cause growth, and not only is she emotionally fulfilled, you see the water symbolism here, but she's beautiful and has wide hips and is fertile. And, you know, and her heart chakra rests right between her boobs, and she's relaxed and voluptuous, and everything around her causes growth, you know. I love this version of the Empress card. I don't even know if I've pulled the Empress from this deck before in my life. I don't think I have. Love her. All right, here we go. The cards are jumping, so it's time to pull. Tarot, tried and true. What's it say? How do it do? Help me say what I can see. Tarot, talk to me. Thank you for letting us know what we need to know about the Capricorn full moon today, the 3rd of July 2023. We really appreciate any useful information, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who's tuning into Esperanza Vence. Donde la Esperanza Vence? Let's play. This is us. This is what's crossing us. Near past, near future. Conscious awareness, subconscious awareness. How we see ourselves this full moon. How others see us. Our hopes and fears. And the likely outcome. Alrighty. Who are we? Full moon in Capricorn. The Empress. Cool. What's crossing? Queen of Swords. Near past. Knight of Swords. Near future. Four of Wands reversed. Conscious awareness. Five of Swords. Subconscious awareness. Page of Cups. Oh, and by the way, subconscious awareness, I mean, I guess I'll talk about it more when I get to the positions, but if you want to know more information about the positions of these cards in a 10-card Celtic cross spread and what these actual positions mean, when I say the querent, us, what's crossing, near past, near future, conscious energy, subconscious energy. If you're more interested in learning how to pull a spread like this for yourself so that you can get to know the tarot better and you can get to know how the cards decide to talk to you, because this is how the cards talk to me, and the way I explain the cards to you is how I've developed a relationship with these cards over 20 some odd years. But if you are just starting, or even if you already know about tarot and you're just curious the way that I read, you can go to my playlist, and it's called Learn Tarot. And my neighbors are so much fun. I was just over there. We were having dinner. They made tacos. One of our friends came over, and he had all the taco stuff. And my neighbors just got a flat top, black top grill, and he made all the taco stuff, and it was so fun. But I said, oh my goodness, it's a full moon, so I better go back and make my video. But they're doing bags. They're playing cornhole, some people call it. I think in Iowa they call it cornhole, but we call it bags. And you toss a bean bag into a hole. It's really fun. But I was like, I am not going to get into a bags tournament right now because, quite frankly, I can't lose. So when I get into those darn things, it's like, okay, 2 hours later, because it's like the winner plays next. Well, I'd be running those damn bag boards for I don't know how long, and I don't have time for that right now. I gotta make a full moon video. Anyhow, I guess I'm just business, because it's a Capricorn full moon. Capricorn is very concerned with responsibilities, business, getting stuff done. But I mean, I have had I've gotten a lot of stuff done today. I actually went to work today because I farm, and the vegetables don't care if it's a holiday weekend. And you can still get stuff done, but be relaxed about it. If you have to take a break and sit in the shade for a minute and drink water and hydrate, or eat some salt, you don't have to be balls to the walls all the time. You know what I'm saying? The weather, the energy can guide you, and your body can tell you. And I didn't overdo it. It's way too hot out. And anyway, so if you're interested in what these positions mean, I just totally went off on a tangent. Check that video out. I'll probably put a link on the screen here in a bubble or something. This is how we see ourselves in a situation. 10 of Wands reversed. This is how others see us in the situation. 3 of Wands. Our hopes and fears. The Tower. Oh, I don't think I've ever pulled the Tower in this spread before either. Wow. Our hopes and fears. The Tower. And the likely outcome? The Star. Oh dear, I do love the Star. Oh my. You know, I have pulled the Star in the spread before. She's obviously my favorite card. If anybody has my business card, you know that I, where is my business card? I know I have one somewhere. What's the last time? I started drawing cards from the tarot deck. And this is my version of the Star card. And that's my business card. And on the back it has all my info and whatnot. But the Star is what's representative of Esperanza Vence. Because like I say, welcome to Esperanza Vence, donde la Esperanza vence. Welcome to Esperanza Vence, where hope wins. Hope wins is kind of a literal translation of Esperanza Vence. It just means to like keep hope for whatever is going to happen in the future. The card of the Star represents like hope for the future, like keeping that dream alive, you know what I mean? And no matter what. And that's how I live and breathe. And if you want to know more about how that name came about, Esperanza Vence, you can go to esperanzavence.com and it'll explain it. Alrighty. So, us, the querent, at the time of the full moon, is the Empress. And I love the Empress. And we already talked about some of the symbology of fertility, being really in tune in one's own divine feminine womanhood, sexuality. Even if you're a guy, you know, you can still be in tune with the Venus elements of your life, which are love and beauty, you know. So maybe you're not getting in touch with this energy inside of yourself if you're like a straight guy or whatever. Like, what do they say now? Cis guy or something. Or if you are identifying with more of your male energy, you know, this might be somebody else that you're giving to, you know, or thinking about. Or maybe you're able to take this Empress energy and exert it in your household, you know. Maybe it's time to get a new set of curtains or redecorate or, you know, make a flower bed. It doesn't really matter if you identify as being or wanting to be like her yourself. You can still take elements of what she represents and execute that in your own life and on your own path. And the Empress is what we're embodying right now, or what this reading, what this conversation is asking us to embody. Somebody must have hit a good bag. I don't know if you can hear them hollering. It sounds so fun. The challenge is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is like where the Empress deals with Taurus issues, the Queen of Swords deals with air issues. So air, the element of air is represented in astrology with Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius. Libra, I think of swords as cutting through or trying to cut through the crap and maintain balance. Swords are air energy, which has to do with Mercury ruled themes, and that has to do with like speaking, communication, texts, emails, any type of mass media, newspaper articles, books, however you communicate or however you receive information or ideas as well. And the Queen of Swords is one who just she's cut and dry. She's very intelligent. It's intelligence as well. It's somebody who's quick-witted. They might actually be really humorous, but they might have a dry sense of humor, like that air, that dryness, you know, like you might not realize how hilarious she is looking at her countenance, you know, like this. But she might have a really dry sense of humor. She might actually be really freaking hilarious if you actually listen to what she's actually saying. But nowadays, I've noticed that people in conversation talk over each other and they talk louder than each other. So if you're really funny but you're really quiet, people might not notice right away. So as a challenge to this Empress energy, I guess this Queen of Swords is like, you know, her need to express, her need to speak, her need to talk. We might be having challenges in communications right now. We might be having challenges finding that clarity of truth, especially as it comes through our divine femininity. In the near past, which would be since the last lunation cycle, so that would be since the last full moon, which would have been the full moon in Sagittarius, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the it's very, very similar family to the Queen of Swords. This is a similar character. He might be a little bit younger, but the Knight of Swords in the near past is somebody who could have been a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini person. If they're actually a person, if it's an energy, it's also, again, an energy of cutting through the BS, saying what needs to be said, not necessarily giving an F, like how that is received. But this guy is true, and he's clean, and he's intelligent, and he's forthright. And this is a person that can come in and handle things. And he can handle things with his intellect, and he can handle things with his wit before he has to handle things with his muscles. You know what I mean? In the near future, we have the Four of Wands reversed. Four of Wands reversed, Four of Wands upright is kind of like homemaking. Basically, it's a union between the two twos. So it's Two of Wands and Two of Wands makes the four together. So this can be a card of like marriage or building a home together, building a relationship together, not only just with yourselves, but within the community. And then the Four of Wands reversed, we might have to be thinking about making some changes in our home. We might even be changing location. Where we live might be turned upside down a little bit. We might receive information about where we live or where we're going to live, and things might be turned a little bit upside down in the near future. Conscious awareness, Five of Swords. This is stuff that we're like actually thinking about on the day-to-day, whereas the subconscious awareness is like patterns and conditioning from childhood or from, you know, the past that have led to this conversation here. So in our conscious awareness, we're thinking about the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, again, swords are intellect, ideas, situations where usually swords cards are the cards that represent the ideas that consume you. You know, those repetitive thoughts or those repetitive thoughts that lead to repetitive situations or repeated conversations or repetition in an argument or a debate. Five of Swords is the type of argument or debate where these two people are just like, okay, fine, you win. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even care about the ideas at hand. They care more about each other and themselves than they do about these ideas, right? The sun is setting on the issue. Like, they're over it. This person here, though, is pretty smug. You can almost see their expression. It's just almost smug, isn't it? Like, they're like, haha, I win. I got all the swords. Yeah, dude, you got all the swords, but do you have any homies left? Like, yeah, you won the battle, but did you win the war? Like, okay, like, everybody's gonna do everything the way that you think it should be done, but, you know, alrighty then, we might not want to hang then. You know what I mean? That's cool. In the subconscious awareness, it's the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a card of a new emotional offering or just getting in touch with like how you can share your emotions with others. This is like, if it's a person, it's usually a younger person page, and it's a water sign like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is a cups. Remember, they represent water in the tarot, and water represents emotion. And this is a nice flow of, you know, being able to feel and share. You know, so we're just starting off on a new journey and a new emotional journey, a new emotional offering. This is the subconscious. We might not realize that this is propping this story up, but we might not realize that, like, that's the energy from our childhood, you know, the first time that we offered ourselves emotionally to someone else, or, you know, memories and patterning that leads to our behavior today. How do we see ourselves in the situation? 10 of Wands reversed. 10 of Wands upright is a card of like having to carry many heavy burdens and feeling like the world's on your shoulders and that you have to do it all yourself. With it in the reverse, however, this means that the time has arrived where we can put a burden down, you know. We don't have to feel like we're carrying all that heaviness with us. Just because we're passionate about things and just because we have a multitude of things going on, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be heavy for us. We can put down, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, and just have the rest of these things and be okay. You know, so this is how we're seeing ourselves, is that we're able to turn that corner and put down a few of the projects and burdens that have gotten a little bit too heavy for us and feel lighter and be able to give more focus and attention to what really is important to us. How others see us and what the environment dictates. Another Wands card, we have the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is that we already have, you know, 2 established passions. Wands always represent passions, creativity, fertility, any type of root chakra energy, fire energy. What's fire? Fire would be, you know, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. What does that mean? That's the energy that gets things started, but it doesn't necessarily keep things going. That's the match. Okay, that's when you light the match and you set that spark. But it's up to, you know, you to keep that fire stoked, to keep bringing the wood, to cut wood, carry water, cut wood, carry water, you know. And that hard work is what keeps the fire going. But wands are these passions, you know, these inklings, these desires that we have, okay? So you already have 2 passions that are established, but you have a third one that you've put out into the world and you're waiting to see what's going to come of it. You know what I'm saying? This person, a lot of tarot card readers call this the ships coming in card, but we're not sure if the ships actually are coming in or if they're going out, but we're definitely dealing with wider, you know, with the 2 of Wands, you have the world in your hands that you're thinking about putting yourself out there. In the 3 of Wands, you've already put yourself out there and you're waiting to see what the response is going to be. So this is like our environment dictates, you know. And to be honest, I don't even remember if it was upright or reversed because I just started talking so much that I don't know how I pulled it. So that's fine. Usually when I have a client, they can tell me. The Tower upright is our hopes and fears. So we might be hoping and fearing. And I also say in that video, and I'll explain it again because it makes no sense sometimes to think hope and fear. Why would I hope for and fear the same thing? Because sometimes what we wish for, when we get it, we don't know what to do with it. Basically, is how I would explain that. Some readers might say like this could be a fear, or this, and some readers might be like, depending on the other cards, it would be a hope. For me, it's a hope or a fear. And for us right now, in this full moon in Capricorn, we're hoping and fearing for change, sudden breakthroughs, sudden surprises, good or bad, just any type of shakeup, you know, any type of thing that's going to pull the rug out from under. You know, we could be hoping for a change, we could be hoping for a shift, but we could also be afraid of that because change is always exhausting, whether it's good or bad. And as a likely outcome, we have the Star. So the Star, as I had mentioned before, is a card of having hope for the future. Esperanza, Vence. We will maintain our hope that like we will be protected at the end of the day. This is a person who is like naked as the day they were born. They're putting the water, they're putting the water into this situation, and the water's eternally flowing and causing all of this growth. And there's the element of, you know, just sort of like the bird connecting the heavens to the earth, and this person being beautiful. This is an Aquarius card, you know, the 2 pictures, but this is a card about like putting your heart into something, putting your emotions into something, being your true self, and knowing that when you do that, you'll be blessed in the future. You might not see it come through right away, but you know you're going to be blessed in the future. You know your wishes come true ultimately, what's best for you. So yay, that's what we got. Happy full moon in Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into Esperanza Vence, donde la Esperanza Vence. And like I said, There will be tags throughout the video. If you want to click on those, you will learn from my 60-second videos, like a taste of, you know, how I read and what the positions might mean for you. If you would like to book a personal reading, I do readings via Zoom. I do them on FaceTime, or I can also set up phone readings, and I am at local festivals. If you are in southeastern Wisconsin, go ahead and hit me up on Facebook, and if you seem like a real person, I'll probably friend you, and then you will know my schedule. Love you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Bye-bye.